Imagine walking into a car dealership today. You look at the price tag, $48,000, $52,000, sometimes even $70,000. Just a few years ago, that sounded like luxury car territory. But today, that's the average price of a normal new car in America. In fact, the average transaction price crossed $50,000 for the first time in 2025. And yet, millions of people are still buying them. So here's the real question. Why did cars suddenly become so expensive? And more importantly, who actually benefits from it? For most of the 20th century, cars were designed for the average worker. Henry Ford famously said, "I will build a motor car for the great multitude." When Henry Ford built the Model T in 1908, he had a radical idea. Cars shouldn't be luxury items. They should be affordable enough for ordinary families. And for decades, that philosophy worked. Cars were simple mechanical machines. No giant screens, no sensors, no software updates. In 2018, the average new car price in the US was about $37,000. Fast forward to 2025, the average price jumped to roughly $48,800. And in some months, it even crossed $50,000. That's a massive increase in just a few years. Over the past decade, Americans fell in love with SUVs. They feel bigger, safer, more powerful, and automakers were happy to supply them. But SUVs aren't just bigger, they're much more expensive to buy. A small subcompact car might cost around $24,000 on average. A midsize SUV? Almost $48,000, double the price. And yet, buyers keep choosing them. Most people don't buy cars with cash. They finance them. Today, over 80% of new cars are financed through loans. And here's where the industry changed the game. Instead of focusing on the total price, dealers focus on the monthly payment. A $50,000 car sounds expensive, but if the dealer says, only $720 per month, suddenly it feels manageable. In fact, the average monthly payment for a new car is now over $700. And many loans now stretch 6 or even 7 years. Some buyers pay over $1,000 per month. And because loans are longer, many drivers owe more on their car than the car is actually worth. This situation is called negative equity. More than 20% of buyers are taking 84-month loans. Modern cars are basically computers on wheels. Think about everything inside today's vehicles. Collision avoidance systems, radar sensors, cameras, touchscreen infotainment, software updates, driver assistance systems. All of this technology increases production costs. Add to that stricter safety regulations, emissions standards, expensive battery systems for electric vehicles. And suddenly, the cost of building a car rises dramatically. Even delivery costs are increasing. Today, the average destination charge, the fee for shipping a car to dealerships, is around $1,600, sometimes exceeding $2,600. In 2020 and 2021, global supply chains collapsed. The biggest problem? Semiconductor chips. Without chips, car factories stopped production. Supply dropped dramatically, but demand stayed high. And when supply drops, prices rise. That's when the modern car affordability crisis really started. Despite record prices, car companies are actually selling fewer vehicles than before, but they're making more money per vehicle, which means the system works perfectly for them. Expensive cars, long loans, higher margins, and buyers stretched over years of payments. Cars once represented freedom. Today, for many people, they represent debt. The average American now needs around 7 months of income just to buy a new car. And as automakers continue pushing premium vehicles, affordable cars may become rarer. Because in the modern auto industry, selling fewer expensive cars is simply more profitable than selling millions of cheap ones. And that's why the price of driving keeps going up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for financial information related to markets and industries.